perfect. The rules were endless. My property was different. 5 acres of gravel and hard soil, fenced on 3 sides, with one wide metal gate facing the road. I planned to store equipment there for my small construction business. Nothing fancy, just space I owned and paid taxes on. At first, there were no problems. Neighbors waved. The HOA left me alone. I kept the gate locked unless I needed access. Then one spring morning, I showed up and saw tire tracks. Deep ones, heavy ones. Inside my land sat 2 dump trucks and a flatbed trailer, all marked with the HOA's maintenance logo. I thought it was a mistake. I called the number on the truck. No answer. I emailed the HOA office with photos and my deed attached. I asked them to move the vehicles that same day. Hours passed. No reply. The next evening, I returned. More trucks had arrived. The HOA finally responded. Their property manager called me and sounded annoyed, not apologetic. She said they were doing road repairs and needed space. She said it was temporary and I should be flexible. She said my land was empty anyway. I reminded her it was private property. She laughed and said, "Let's not make this a big issue." That's when I knew it already was. Over the next week, the lot turned into a work yard. Concrete mixers, fuel tanks, tool trailers. The ground cracked under the weight. Oil stains spread across the gravel. I sent another email. This time I was clear. I told them to remove everything within 48 hours, or I would take action. I attached a survey map and the property tax records. The HOA board replied with a short message. They said they were reviewing the situation. Nothing moved. On Friday evening, I drove out and saw the gate still open. Trucks still inside, workers gone for the weekend. So I closed the gate. I locked it with a thick steel chain and padlock. Then I went home. Saturday morning, my phone exploded. Missed calls, voicemails, angry emails. The HOA president demanded I unlock the gate immediately. She said I was interfering with community operations. She threatened legal action. I replied once. I told them the trucks were trespassing and I had already contacted the county. That changed the tone. By noon, HOA board members showed up at the gate. They shouted through the fence. One tried to cut the chain. I warned them I would call the sheriff if they touched my property. They backed off. On Monday, a county code enforcement officer met me at the site. I showed him the deed, the emails, and the photos. He walked the lot, took notes, and checked the truck registrations. He confirmed what I already knew. The HOA had no easement, no permission, no lease. They were illegally storing heavy vehicles on private land. The county issued a formal notice. The HOA had 72 hours to remove everything or face seizure and fines. The deadline passed. Nothing moved. Thursday morning, county tow trucks arrived. They unlocked the gate under official order. One by one, the HOA vehicles were hauled away. Dump trucks, trailers, equipment, all tagged and logged. Neighbors gathered to watch. Phones came out. Whispers spread. By the afternoon, my land was empty again. Scarred, but mine. The HOA paid thousands in towing fees, storage costs, and fines. They also paid for soil testing and cleanup after the county found fuel leaks. A month later, I received a letter. The HOA formally apologized and confirmed they would never use my land again. They also installed new rules for their own contractors. I fixed the fence. I reinforced the gate. I put up clear private property signs. Now, when I drive past that neighborhood, everything looks the same as before. Quiet streets, perfect lawns, strict rules. But they don't look at my land the same way. They learned that empty does not mean free, and private means private.